Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is another episode with Real News Always. Just wanted to let you know Newsmax said you better hold on to your wallet because Biden is coming to town. And he ain't lying. Biden wants to tax 70%. Let me know what you think down below. Thank you.
Well, the real irony of this is that these Democrats keep talking about how they want to help minority businesses. And look, everybody's for that. But what they're not saying is that the businesses that got crushed, just flattened by the Democratic lockdowns all over the country in states like Michigan and Illinois and California and New Jersey and New York with Democratic governors, those were the minority businesses and the minority workers. I've made the case that there's been no policy in modern times that has hurt minorities more than the lockdowns of our economy. And so I think they're very two-faced on this, and I think we don't need to continue to have. All we need to do is have policies that allow minority businesses to stay open. And of course, we have half the Democratic governors who don't want that to happen.
Yeah, and while, like you're saying, nobody opposes that success in the minority community. I mean, everybody gains when everybody has success. But right now, what do you think the focus should be? They brought out the so-called rescue plan. I wanted to get your assessment of that and whether it's a good thing or whether it's going to stay the way it is or needs to change before it passes the House and then the Senate.
Well, this is a fiscal atrocity. This bill that Joe Biden talked about last night, another $1.9 trillion of debt on top of the. Look, we just passed $1 trillion stimulus bill 2 or 3 weeks ago. Joe Biden said he was going to be remember, he said he's going to be a moderate Democrat. He'll be a centrist. He's not going to be in the Bernie Sanders. But it looks to me like Bernie Sanders wrote that bill. It's $15 on a minimum wage, paid leave, gender equity grants, $350 billion of blue state bailout, on and on, $400 of bonus unemployment benefits that pay more workers more money for staying unemployed than going back on the job. Those are policies that are negative for the economy. And you ask me what we should be doing. What I would tell Joe Biden is just let the economy grow. Let's get past this virus. And by the way, one idea that Biden has that I like a lot is let's get 100 million doses of the vaccine distributed in the next month or two so we can get past this virus. Because once we do, Donald Trump has really set up and teed up an economy that is ready to boom.
Yeah, it seems like he should want to get that injection into the economy as quickly as possible without playing politics. Tell me the effect raising the minimum wage would have. Now, any state can raise minimum wage right now. But there's a big difference between if you have a business in Alabama or Mississippi and one in Seattle. So to make this a national thing, is this the right time to focus on that?
No, it's the worst time because you've got so many bars and restaurants and stores have been shut down and they're barely able to stay profitable and in business, and they're facing bankruptcy. Now Joe Biden is going to blast them with a requirement that they raise their wages when they're barely able to stay in business. It's the worst time. And incidentally, this has not gotten a lot of attention, but in that minimum wage requirement of $15 an hour, that might make sense in a state like New York or New Jersey. But, Alabama, Arkansas, West Virginia, that's going to destroy hundreds of thousands of jobs. And people don't realize this. They also get rid of what's called tip credit, which is that, restaurants don't have to pay the minimum wage to workers because anyone who's ever worked as a tip worker, you make your money from the tips. Now it's $15 an hour plus tips. That's going to kill the businesses. It's going to kill our restaurants. And we have 12 million Americans who are employed in that industry. They're going to get clobbered.